Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here, 844-551-8255. If you want to call the show, got off on a bit of a tangent in the last segment because I wanted to discuss Donald Trump played his record for the year, played Mika Brzezinski's clip where she's calling the president racist, sexist, whatever. It's become like a broken record. And I got to tell you guys, I love it when I hear the left doing the same things. They don't know. She doesn't know what to say. Everything is crumbling under the weight of liberalism on their side of the aisle, and they're going, "Oh, we can still blame Trump. He's a sex." Let me tell you something. In comparison to what Charlie Rose is now said he's done, in comparison to Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and many others, and folks, let me tell you, the dam is only beginning to break. Yeah, it's only beginning to break. It's just getting leaks at this point. It's going to break. Go look at the number of people. It's been leaking out, and the press does a good job of just going, "Oh, it's no big deal." Russell Simmons got accused. Ratner got accused. You're going to see names. You won't even know these people, but they are movers and shakers in the world of entertainment, in the world of media, etc. All on the left, politicians left and right. You will start to see this begin to happen. And I mean, it'll start to happen more and more and more. It'll become mainstream. Now, the women's movement will try to isolate itself. They'll say, "Well, look at what all these men are doing. It's horrible." In fact, let's go into that and we'll cover President Trump's year a little bit later. But I want to go into that because there are a group of people saying the same thing. I told you guys, Trevor Noah's blaming men. Nice try. I'm not taking credit for it. I've never forced myself on any woman, nor would I. Most of the guys I know that are conservatives, we have respect for women. If I see a woman and she's drunk, I don't look at that as an opportunity to steal her drink. No, I'm kidding. I don't look at that as an opportunity to take advantage of her. I look at it as somebody's got to get her home safely. I've done that in bars. I've gone up to girls and say, "Hey, your friend is up there in the back. She looks pretty drunk, and there's a guy, macking on her." And the girls will go, "Where? Oh my gosh." I've gone to run interference to say, she seems drunk. You might want to take her home. That kind of thing. I mean, it's because I look at it as that could be my sister, somebody like that. I don't look to exploit. Leftist men look to exploit. I'm telling you, it's the truth. They can get mad, but they know I'm not kidding. Look, conservative guys, I'm not telling you that conservative guys don't do lecherous things too. That's not the case. But I will tell you, if per capita, you do not want to be around liberal guys. They will take advantage of you in ways you don't even want to think about. And so everybody tries to make it sound like, Donald Trump's the bad guy, conservative guys, men are the bad guys. Let me tell you something. Women are just as complicit. But I want to play something. I want you to hear something about how women, feminist, leftist Democrat women in power are treating this whole thing. So here's Elizabeth Warren on what needs to change.
About abuse of power.
Yep.
Al Franken, a comedian I've long admired and a politician I've recently admired, has been caught up in two accusations, one of which he's acknowledged and apologized for. People are calling for Al Franken to step down. Do you think he should?
So, look, I was just enormously disappointed about this. I knew Senator Franken long before he was Senator Franken and his wife Franny. These allegations are serious, and women have a right to be heard and listened to on this. Al is going to be subjected to a hearing in the United States Senate, an investigation. We have had for a long time now in the Senate, long before I got there, a bipartisan ethics committee that meets on a regular basis, and he's going to go in and answer.
Now, I stopped it there for a reason. Welcome back, everybody. Kevin Jackson here. She doesn't answer the question. What she does is she obfuscates and she does something else. She humanizes Al. Well, I know Al, and I know his wife, Franny. What's that got to do with anything? You were asked a question. What should happen? Should he step down? She doesn't answer. She says, no, there's a ethics deal, blah, blah, blah. We police each other in the Senate, and it's bipartisan, and they're going to look into it and all that. That's all subterfuge. None of these guys nothing ever happens. They've got a slush fund that pays for people like Al Franken, the Office of Compliance. They pay for them when they do these things. You pay for it. And do you think Colbert's going to follow up on that as a question? Well, wait a minute. We just found out that we're paying for these types of things if Al Franken were to be sued or anybody were to be sued. Does he press Elizabeth Warren for the lies that she told about, well, I got chased around the office one time by somebody? Nobody is making her come to, give us more about that story. Why didn't you report the Democrat who was chasing you around the office? Who else had he chased around? If he chased you, didn't he chase somebody else? Women's movement? All these women, they're settling. Oh, I settled a lawsuit, so I can't talk. They are the ones propagating what's happening in every phase of their lives, whether it's in academia, whether it's in education. That's the same thing. I get it. Okay. Entertainment, you name it. Media, they are all covering it up for the people that they extol the virtues on. Like what's her name, Meryl Streep, who gave a rousing speech for Roman Polanski, the people who continue to hang around Woody Allen, the people who covered up for Weinstein, and they want to blame us? These are the people allowing this. And oh, by the way, that we're not talking about a bunch of Republicans and conservatives that descended upon academia and education. That was a joke. Academia and entertainment and media. No, it's leftist men. It's the very men who tell you, I'm here to protect women. I'm a person who loves to protect women. Harvey Weinstein probably has a women's protection, charity or something, just so he could get away with this. And Elizabeth Warren wants to obfuscate. She doesn't want to answer the question. Now, you guys have heard my take on Al Franken, and if he did more than that, shame on him. But as I said, if he only put his hands up in a picture, I don't find that to be that big of a deal. But what I do find to be a big deal is all these things that are happening, and every time it happens, Elizabeth Warren and her ilk, they cover it up. Ask yourself a very simple question. I did a little thing yesterday, a segment called What If? What if Donald Trump's picture was there, doing a woman's breast like that? What if it was documented that Donald Trump had forced himself on a woman to kiss her or whatever? I don't know what all the different things that have been claimed by Al Franken. What if Donald Trump had done what Charlie Rose had done? What if Donald Trump had done what the New York Times reporter that we just exposed, who left a girl in tears as he berated her because she didn't want to, capitulate? What if Donald Trump had done anything close to what Weinstein had done? What do you think Elizabeth Warren would be saying right now? Would she be talking about, well, I know Melania, and she's a nice person, and this is going to be an ethics committee and all that? There are people calling for his impeachment. There are people to this day, they still label Donald Trump as a misogynist when there's not one ounce of evidence that says that he is. They trotted out an old girlfriend and misused her quotes to the point where she came out in the media and said, you are lying about what I said about Donald Trump. On every turn, these people have been caught lying, and they do the same thing. And so they're the ones who propagate this. Let me ask you, how many people has Weinstein paid off? How many women? So ask yourself, when he paid off the first woman, how many women did he molest before he got to the next one and then did another payoff? How much money do you think the Weinstein Company paid women? I don't know. I don't have the number, but it's millions of dollars. And so every woman, every feminist in Hollywood who kept her mouth shut, they're complicit. Then ask yourself this. So there are the women who knew, and I'm talking about who were part of it, who got paid off, etc. And then there was the whisper campaign. And how many of those women warned women and said, hey, look, stay away from Harvey. Don't go near him. I heard that so-and-so got paid off. None of them. He was at party, gala, you name it. He even had the president, the first lady of America, Michelle Obama, singing his praises. He has Hillary Clinton in pictures and galas celebrating, affectionately holding this man. And Bill Clinton is her husband. How many things would Trump have had to do that Bill Clinton did before people would have looked at him and said, this guy's not fit to be president? And their excuse is, well, it's a different time now. No, it wasn't. It's 25 years ago. It was no different. We felt the same about sexual harassment and rape then as we do now. The left are just lying about it. They want you to believe the unbelievable.
Kevin Jackson on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177, or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.